Hello everybody, in today's video I'm going to be doing the review of Tripoom's version of the 3x5x5. Just a little bit of background information. I actually made one of these quite a while ago and it was not nearly as good looking as this one. It did turn very well, but it was definitely not as good looking as this, and I didn't do a really good job on it, which is why I didn't really make a tutorial on that, even though a lot of people requested it. So I do apologize to those people. It's just that I don't want to, I want you to do a good job, right? So anyways, but this one turned out very well. Now on mine, the difference between his and mine is on this one, you can see the stickers are the same color, and it makes it look more proportional than mine for sure. But at the same time, if you take a really close look, it's actually not. So if I zoom up a little bit more, you can see that the middle layer is actually a lot thinner than this layer, right? So here you can kind of see that this one is a lot thicker, but you can't really tell that when it's like this because the stickers actually make it look proportional. But so that's, the difference. One of the differences between his and mine is that in mine I made these layers the same height as this, so it was very small, which made it more pillowed, and I also didn't bring down the puzzle, and cut it down this much, so it really had like a really pillowed look to it. This one is more flat looking. I think it's a better looking puzzle. I knew that Tripoom would do a better job than I did, obviously, because he's just the man when it comes to building puzzles. So if some of you don't really understand what I mean by cutting down the puzzle, this is basically made out of a 5x5. Okay, so this is a Shengshou 5x5. This is an unmodded, right out of the box puzzle. This one hasn't been modified in any way. In fact, I haven't even solved this one yet. And you can really see how much Tripoom has cut down the puzzle. So I don't think I'm giving anything away here. Plus, it is my design anyways, so I don't really care. But basically what happens is you glue this top layer to the second layer. So it is permanently like this. And then you just take a Dremel and you cut it down. And then you fill the pieces in with epoxy sculpt, and then you sticker it, and obviously you have to sand it and stuff, and it looks like this. It's a lot easier said than done, though, trust me. So even if it wasn't my design and, I was giving it away, it's very hard to do. But to give you an idea exactly how much this is cut down, because it's kind of hard to tell looking like this, what I can do is do this. And now you can see I've swapped the centers. It's actually not that I swapped the centers. I've moved everything around the centers is what I've done. So you can see this here is the actual height of the puzzle. Because if I turn it like this, you can see these unmodded parts, right? So he's actually shaved it down that much. And if you take a really close look, you can see that the centerpiece has this ridge that goes all the way around it. But if you look on here, the ridge is gone. And the ridge actually is bumped up. See, you can see this? There's the ridge here. So it's not, the ridge is even higher than the puzzle itself. So I can tell he's really taken that down literally as far as it can go. So this is what you would refer to as a floppy cuboid, and the reason it's called a floppy, in fact, I'm not sure who named it that, but the first time I heard about that was from Super Antonio Vivaldi's channel, and I think it was on the 3x5x5 that I made, that I sent him. I think that was the first time that he had maybe mentioned it, or at least that was the first time I heard of it. Maybe in his 4x2 as well, I don't know. Anyways, it's called a floppy, and the reason for that is because you can actually change the height of this, and you can create a parody. Floppy puzzles, cuboids are really the only cuboids that can have this parody, and it's a bit difficult to describe, but I will be doing some solved videos of floppies in the future, so you'll be able to see what those kind of floppy parodies are. Anyways, what I mean by you can change the height is that on a regular cuboid, most cuboids you cannot change the height, but on something like this, I mean, if I turn this like this and I move it, well, now I've just changed the height of the puzzle. So now the height is up here. The floppy parody actually gives you a pretty interesting solve. I really like solving this thing. It bandages as well, because as I turn it like this, the shape shifting, now you can see that these two pieces here have actually bandaged these two layers together. So it's turned into one layer. And it actually turns itself into a 3x3. So I'm going to go ahead and just scramble it up right now. And just to demonstrate the corner cutting on this thing, it is extremely good. Usually with cuboids, it's very hard to have good corner cutting, but this is really good. I mean, that's flawless. But it is Shengshao, and Shengshao is pretty good. But this thing actually corner cuts a lot better than this thing does. You know, this thing does corner cut pretty well. I guess it's pretty good on that. It just really depends on the tensions. All right, so now that it is scrambled up like this, I'm going to go ahead and do the shape shifting. So I want to turn one side this way and then turn another layer this way so we can start mixing these pieces with this row. And then I'll turn one this way and one that way, and now just continue to solve it. Or sorry, scramble it. So it takes, you know, Tripoom has to buy this puzzle, and then he has to also buy the, you know, the epoxy, his time to build it, then the stickers, all that kind of stuff. So it does take a bit of time to make, and I think that it was around $100 for this, $100 US, which is very reasonable for this quality of a hand modification puzzle as well. So this is not a mass-produced puzzle. So yeah, this is great. I think that I'm not going to go ahead and, you know, go away like I usually do and come back and tell you how it went. I've solved it many times, and I can tell you that it goes great. It's very, very fun. Of course, most of you would probably know shape-shifting cuboids are among my favorite of puzzles. And this one is really good too because it's small, it's portable. You know, it's just a cute little cuboid. For a floppy, which is one of the higher difficulty of the cuboids, it's one of the most mild ones. So it's kind of nice. It's a quick solve, plus it's interesting. So I really like it. Anyways, if you have any interest in getting this puzzle, I'm not sure if Tripoom is making them to sell or if it was just a special request for me. I have no idea. I'm sure that if you gave him your money, he would, you know, sell you a puzzle. But anyways, he has created a new Facebook page for his puzzles, and I think it's working out pretty good for him. There's a link in the description to his Facebook page. I really encourage you to like that. You get some sneak peeks into some of his newer puzzles. He's been posting some stuff, little screenshots of things, and then you can you can ask any question about prices or anything there. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on my next video.